What we cannot understand is why we will be saying that Nigeria happened to a minor. The situation of this boy who was seen during Peter Obi's campaign, so elated, so happy, that he was so celebrated at the moment, at that time, only for us to come now and hear that the boy has been put in prison for a crime. A little detail says it is area boys that wanted part of what he got from the donations during Peter Obi's campaign. There might be elements of truth in it, because what these area boys do is that every money they are aware of, they want to get a cut from it. The meanness that is happening in Lagos, that was instituted by our president as a governor in Lagos State, that non-state actors find it legitimate to harass people over their earnings, over their monies, as if they hustled with you, as if they worked with you. Now, in this little boy's case, he was framed up to land in prison. I believe that for the courts to take him straight to prison and remand him up till now, even with all the laws of Nigeria, means that they may have found some substances in whatever case that was brought against him. And for the lawyers, please pardon this video, there is sun. You can see reflections from the sun. I'm on a highway. And for the lawyers who are going after this case to come back without the boy, it means there are serious matters hanging on his head. And the question is he capable of perpetrating the level of crime he's been accused of? Armed robbery with dangerous weapons, disturbing public peace, so many other things that will be in that case file. For them to remand a minor for more than 1 month, 2 months, that level of detention, even with the laws of Nigeria concerning how long somebody can be detained. So the point I'm making is that for them to have a case against that boy, he must have been framed up. How would he be framed up? A non-suspecting young boy, young child, that does not understand how these things work. While we wait for the details of that case, I believe that it will come to public glare. I want to believe that he was framed up somehow. He would have been, or may have been, framed up somehow. How would they achieve that? A non-suspecting street boy. We all know how these children live on a daily. They will live their normal life in the street as they do on a daily, not suspecting anything. It's also possible that those who plan to frame him up will bring up things that he may have consented to without knowing. I'm not saying that is what happened, but I'm just thinking aloud. I'm just wondering what could have happened to warrant that a judge. I believe that our judges, the police, they're not as daft as people want them to be. At least they can still reason to some extent before they can feel that somebody has a case, to the extent of not granting bail to a minor. I don't know his exact age at the moment, but as at the time when his popularity came up during Obi's campaign, that boy was around 15 years. Let's say it's 2 years added now. He's probably 17 or in that neighborhood. He's still a minor. So for the judge, the police, to prosecute a minor, to the extent of not releasing him and processing his case to the court, and the court remanding him, it takes the orders of the judge, for police to keep you without bail. So for them to have found grounds to do that simply means that there is actually a case against this boy. But a study of that case might reveal that that boy shouldn't be found culpable. And the question is, was a proper investigation conducted in the case of this boy? Because there's an existing bias. What is the bias? The boy, as a Yoruba boy, identified with Peter Obi, who happened to be an Igbo boy, Igbo man. I don't like playing all these ethnic cards. It's so demeaning that in these times, at this age and time when even the world is opening up to other nationalities, Nigeria within itself is still fighting against itself. Because for us to have the ethnic nationalities or the indigenous nationalities that make up Nigeria as one answering Nigeria, it means that there is either the need, the legitimacy, or something that has been deemed fit to call us one country. And if we are still at this point fighting ourselves, rejecting ourselves, why don't we call it quit? Why don't we go our separate ways? Why don't we solve this problem other than dying from it? That's not the topic for now. So let's even say if other countries are as, I don't know the word to use right now, as pathetic as what we see in our country, do you think they will open their borders for you, allow you make money in their country? Do you think they will welcome people from other countries? And we're not thinking, we're not ashamed of ourselves. Our politicians go to other countries, they have a life. People go to other countries, they have a life. Even Nigerians, yet in their countries, they don't have a life. They can withhold somebody because of where he's coming from. It's pathetic. So I'm not going to dwell on that. But that sentiment exists, and that's why this boy is being tormented. Because as a Yoruba boy, he identified with an Igbo man. If all they did during that election, if they could do all they did during that election, it is believed that they will still do what they are doing to this boy. If they could beat up their own people for voting somebody who they feel is not part of them, if they could ask Nigerians not to come out to vote, if they can sponsor heads from the highest offices in the land, from the presidency, from presidential spokespeople, and everything they did at that time, don't you think that the treatment they are meting on this young man is just a little bit of it? So, as people are saying that Nigeria happened to this boy, I would just call it the result of a failed system. If our system is working, minors wouldn't be in the streets in the first place. If the system is working, judges will not remand minors, no matter the framing, so long as there's no capital punishments, so long as they have not killed anybody. If our system is working, that boy wouldn't sleep one day behind bars. We understand the situation of our prisons. And from the story, we learned that this boy was locked up amongst adults. This is how it starts. This boy can get radicalized. His notion about his country would change. Do you think that this little child will feel the same way about his country any longer? A boy who has been tormented, manhandled, a boy who has faced hunger in the prisons, abandonment, you think he will think the same way about his country? This is terrible, it's condemnable, and I feel that everybody who has played a role, I feel that everybody who has played a role in this matter should be investigated. They should also be brought to book. They should also be made to account for their actions. This should not be sustained. That was exactly how we were crying when Tinubu's men detained those minors from the north in the name of showing example, in the name of show of force, in the name of deterrence, so that people will not come out to protest. Look at the ridicule it cost our country in the Committee of Nations. And do we think that this news don't get out? It's all over the place. Is our government interested in knowing what perception the world has about our country? This is terrible. This is terrible. That boy is still in his formative years. And whatever experience he's been robbed with will be a scar that he's going to grow with. And I believe that those who are handling this matter should not grandstand. They should listen to reason and begin to dismantle every case they have built on this boy's head. And stop this meanness. What I have noticed in our country is that whatever happens continues. Whatever we allow 1 minute continues. This is one of them, and we should nip it in the bud.